So we're going to continue building on this website here. And this is actually my third video in this, I guess you can call it series, doing a cozy coding sort of long format video. So it's not really something I'm used to yet. It's funny how I always, since like I just got a notification yesterday, 2 days ago, that my channel is now 12 years old. And it's fun to see how during those 12 years, I've always been a teacher, you know, putting on a performer, trying to sound professional, doing it in a totally different way than I've been doing these past couple of videos, because this is so unscripted. And I'm still struggling with the transition into doing something unscripted. I would typically always have the notes on the side and know exactly what to say, and I would do a bunch of editing and a bunch of cuts in my videos, and it's just so different. If I say something wrong, if I mumble words like I just did now, at least it sounds to me like I mumbled, then I can't cut it out because it's long format, right? But we're building on this website here, and right now we have some very basic stuff going on. We just installed Laravel Breeze, which is a simple login system that just simply gets installed into a project, and then you can just kind of like use it and customize it and do different things. I did struggle a bit in the last video. I did not expect, or at least I could not remember, that it overwrote one of your not template files, but the what is it called? Like if I go into resources, use one of my layout files, right? So I struggled trying to figure out like, why is it trying to log in, or like looking for the username of a user who is not logged in yet? Like, that's so weird. But it explained it. It was actually kind of obvious once you know what exactly is going wrong. But yeah, right now we have a basic website. We set up that login system, and I kind of thought to myself that we could try and just sort of maybe just create a little bit of a design. So not something very complex coding wise, but just simply setting up a, like, you know, like a pretty website, because I like to look at things taking shape before we actually start putting in some more features into the website. What I'll do here to begin with is actually open up my website, because right now I just have it open inside VS Code, but we need to actually see it in order to see what exactly we're doing. So we're just going to run a, where is it? I always go back in time. A sail up command, starting our website project. I can't cut that out, can I? Coughing into the microphone. I had chili noodles this evening, so it's still sitting in my throat. I'll try not to cough into the microphone. But yeah, we got everything running. Got 2 different containers running. Usually there's like 4. Okay, let's go ahead and actually run the development server, which is, I'd like to run this one. And we can open up. It should pop up on my other monitor here. I'll just, I've been watching Alien Earth this evening, so it's sitting on my screen over here, ready for me to continue. I'll do it later. It's a pretty cool series. I don't know what the public perception is of Alien Earth, but so far from me watching it, I think it's really good. So it's just like, it feels like the people who actually love the Alien franchise were behind the series. That's how it feels like to me. But hey, when the Lord of the Rings animated movie came out not too long ago, the one about Helm's Deep, apparently a lot of fans hated it, and I thought it was such a good, like, you know, it felt like Lord of the Rings and not The Hobbit. It was just so good. So I could be mistaken that the fans might not like Alien Earth, but I think it's super good. But yeah, this is the website we have so far. nothing special. We have and still no one came up with a name for the website. It's still just kind of like a placeholder until someone says something in the comments. Watch me get a bunch of something comments now. And then we'll actually, change the name of the website. But for now, it's called Pinboard, because that's 2 random words I came up with on the spot. But yeah. So right now we have this basic front page. We can log in. There is a login system working. So if I click login, I can log in. I can also sign up. That's also a great thing. There's no link back. Oh, I guess there is. There is a link back to the front page. Sign up. And it links back again. So we can sign up. We can log in. What I would like to do is to have a basic design that we can work with. It's like, if I have to visualize the features of this website, which there's absolutely no plan for yet, then I need to know exactly how it looks, because that's how my process is, my creative process, my creative juices, as you would say. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a side menu that just kind of like stretches down for some sort of menu items at some point. So going inside our website here, we do have a couple of templates. We have some layouts. What I think I'll do is create a template for a side navigation. So we'll create a new file. I think that's the best way to do it. We could just include it inside the layout, but it's more customizable if we do it inside a template. So we'll say this one is sidenav.blade.php. And then we'll just kind of set it up from here. What I think I'll do, let me just see how these look like. Yeah, we'll just copy paste the header one. We'll change a couple of things and it's gonna look all neat and tidy. But what I'll do here is I will delete. I guess I'll put in a search form, because we're gonna search for something on this website at some point. That would also be a fun feature to have. Let's put in a simple form. I'm not gonna do all the stuff you need to do, like labels and putting up like name attributes for these particular inputs. They just need to be visible, because we don't know what they're gonna have yet. So why put in all the attributes? So we're gonna have a input, and it's gonna be a text type, and basically we're gonna have a button. Now the button is gonna be a search icon, which means I need to have an image from somewhere. I do think from inside a previous project. I'm just gonna put it over here just in case. I don't want to have my address or anything showing. If I go inside a previous project, I do actually have a couple of different icons. I'm just gonna go ahead and just copy paste that entire image folder inside this particular project here. So I'm gonna say images. Just gonna, I guess I'll just take icons, copy that, go back inside this particular website here, go inside my public folder, create a image folder. How do I do that? Show more. I'm also still getting used to Windows 11. New folder. IMG. Or should I say images? So either I have to call the folder IMG and then the videos folder is going to be VID, or it's going to be images and videos. Let's go with the shortening. I think that's cooler, so to speak. But yeah, I'm going to paste that in. So now if I go back in here, it should update. So if I go inside public, image, icons, and then we have, and these, I don't exactly know what these particular files are. There's some sort of identifier files. Whenever you copy paste something inside a project, it's not just a Laravel project. I think it's just in general when you do that inside VS Code, it creates these little files, and they are in there, like they're inside the folder. So I'll just do it directly inside. There we go. Delete 6 items. Yes. There we go. Looks a little bit better. But now we have we should have a search thing. I do not have the search thing, but it should be in here. Let me just go back to the other project. It is there somewhere. Let me just find it. Public images. Here I called it images. So should I do that? Maybe. Icons. Okay, I guess I don't have a search thing. Do I have it inside my YouTube folder? Because I do have one of those for all my YouTube stuff. YouTube. Images. Icons. I do not. Okay. Let me just download an icon really quick. There's a couple of different places you can do so. I'll just find it here. Oh, where is it? There we go. Okay. I'm also hiding my bookmarks bar, by the way, at the top of my website whenever I do these tutorials here, because, you know, I'm not interested in people knowing that I watch Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, so I just sort of hide everything. But I do have a website here. I'll just say search. Then I'll just find a really fast search icon. There we go. Find it here. And I'll copy paste it. Now I do need to change it slightly, I think, because right now I'll change it later, but I'll just sort of like paste it inside my folder. Do I have multiple folders open? I do. But of course I went out of my projects. There's not a lot of stuff happening for you guys right now, but I do have another monitor where I'm doing stuff on. So let's go into public, image, icons, and paste it in. I'm gonna change the name because now it bothers me that the other one's called images. There we go. By the way, I also took a shower not long ago, which is why my hair looks like this. It's not greasy, it's wet. Okay. Yeah, okay. So going back in, whoops. What is it? Images. And I created this file again. I'll just delete it. Yes. Delete permanently. There we go. Okay, so we'll use this one. So we need to know how to actually link to one of these files. And there's a way to do so. Should I just like copy paste from my other project? I think I can do that. Can I do that without showing the company name? Because I should not be showing the company name. I'll see. If not, I'll have to cut it out. I do have a method for cutting out stuff. So, okay. So I'll go inside the project. Is it the right project though? Yeah, it is. Okay. I go inside the project here, and then I want to go inside resources, go inside views, and is it under layouts? I think it is. Let me open it in another editor. Open with Can I just like do it in Notepad or something? Oh, this is the wrong one. Whoops. What is all this stuff? I don't know. Okay. I don't think that was it. That was actually the navigation file that I previously mistakenly opened up inside my editor here. So I'll just take this one. This is it. I know this is it. So I'll just drag it over. That was not it. Do I have a... Here it is. Oh, there's like no system in this whatever I built here. There we go. Okay, I got it here. I even have... You know what? I could actually copy paste this section in. I'll do that. Let me just double check it doesn't say anything it shouldn't. Yeah, okay. So if I go back inside my navigation, I'm just gonna delete this thing and paste in the thing that I built previously. Looks like this. There's no sensitive information. Nope. Otherwise I would have to edit it out. Search is in Danish though. Which I don't think you guys understand. And just like that, as you can see, I also use Tailwind here. Just like that, we now have this particular thing set up. So if I go back inside the website, yeah, sensitive information popped up. I had to had to cut it out there. But yeah, okay. So in here, we did not link to this side menu yet, so that's important. You know what I could actually do that I think might be like a really good idea is just to like drag it over there. So when I go in here, I can still click it. Okay. So we're gonna take this. What is it called? Do we have a side nav? Do we have there's an aside. Right. I think that's what they call it, right? It's been so long since I did one of those. This is like, I keep saying like, I'm trying not to, by the way. This is one of those things that people, like at least, I said it again, people like me who can't remember a lot of information and just like store it in their brain. I understand the logic. I can open up and set up a Laravel project really fast. But like small things like coding snippets and stuff, like I don't remember those. So I need to put them inside a separate file as a note or something. And then I just kind of like use them. That's why I have ChatGPT on the side. It's a good tool to look up things. But I think it's an aside. Oh, it says here. A section of a page that consists of content that is tangentially related to the content around the aside element, and which could be considered separate from that content. Such sections are often represented as sidebars in printed typography. You know what we should do? Let's just do this. There's no need to have it inside. It's just like, we're just nesting now. Yeah, I know I keep saying it. Forgive me. Yeah. I could actually, should I copy the navigation too? I could, why don't I just copy this entire thing? I might as well. Let's see, do I have something in here that I could just sort of use? Nah, I think I'll try and create it from scratch. That might be a bit more fun too. Unordered list. Let's create a li element and a anchor tag, and just do a placeholder for now. So in here, let's just go ahead and say link 1, link 2, link 3. Good. Just to have something. This is placeholder stuff. And going back inside the website, we still can't see it because we need to include it inside our document. So if I go inside my layout, go inside default, because it overrode my app.update, the PSP file, I am going to include it in here. So we're going to say we want to yield. Let's just put it. I mean, it's going to be taken out. Where should we put it? Head at the top. We'll put it here. What did I call it? Side nav. There we go. So now that we have this, still not working. So basically, we're taking this in. We're saying that the front page needs to use this layout. So if I go back to our front page, which is welcome.blade. Yes, we did not include our site nav, which needs to be templates, site nav. Now it works. Or not. It should be working. Did I misspell it? Templates, side nav. It should be working. Let's see what's going on here. Inspect elements. Go inside the body. We have the header, main, footer. Okay. Header. Right. Now it should be working. There we go. Good. So now we have some content that need to be placed correctly. We're just going to use Flexbox for that. So going inside, I guess we'll use the template file. We'll go in here, body element. We included this section here. Let's see, what is the best way to do this? We have a navigation element that has a bunch of links and a search form inside of it. And what I basically want to do is take all these elements here and tell my website how to place them, which means I need to have a piece of like a wrapper around this particular piece of content. Should that be Tailwind, or should I go inside my app.css to do that? Is it considered general styling or not? I don't think we should go inside the CSS file. This is for this particular template or layout specifically. So therefore the CSS should belong in here. So I'm going to go ahead and say we have a class and start styling how this should be. So for example, if I want to do Flexbox, I just do this, go back inside the website. You can see stuff starts moving around because now it's Flexbox. What I do want to do, because I do think I have some styling on the side here. I have a cheat sheet, so to speak. Just trying to figure out. Let's do flex wrap and maybe flex column. Let's see how that looks like. Looks better. Looks better. We're gonna have a max width, or just a width, set for the search bar. So we're gonna go back inside sidenav.blade, and we're gonna start styling it in here. So the navigation element. Again, this is going to be specifically for this particular document here, so there's no need to go anywhere else to do this. But I'm going to go in here, and I don't know what all this styling is, by the way. I know what it is, but we'll just see how it turns out. Hopefully good. So we're going to go in here, and things are going to be flex. Basically, we're doing the same thing. I'm going to wrap the content. It's going to go below. As you can see here, the search bar, and we have the links. So the search bar has to be a particular width. So if we take a look at what styling I actually have down here, let's see. Flex, justify center, item center. Why do I have that styling? That seems odd. Width full. That is definitely something I'm looking for. Oh, right. I have that so that the button will go on the side. That's important. But the width is not going to be full, because we're basically using this navigation element as the side element. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a max width. Let's say 100%. Oh, when you do it like that, you have to do like this. Whoops. For people not knowing Tailwind yet, like, it's actually kind of fun to sit and mess around with. At least I think so. Just gonna put things on the side here. We're trying to move things around so I can see. There we go. So what I'll do now is I'll give my navigation up here a certain fixed width, because in doing so, the form is just going to cover 100% of that width. So let's say something like just for now, 160 pixels. Just as a test. Okay, so that's not too bright, too what do you call it? Too wide. Let's make it a little bit bigger. There's a better way of doing this, I know. Okay, I know. There we go. Okay, let's start with that for now. So now these links down here needs to continue to go down, which means that inside our list item, let's actually make this one 100% in width. There we go. And we're gonna go down and give these. Should it be these? Should it be the, I guess. Yeah, we'll do for these. Then we'll just copy paste. Let's see how this looks for now. Yeah. Yeah, this was completely wrong. There we go. Good. So the link goes out. It does not wrap for some reason. All right. There we go. But the links do not go all the way. They need to do that. So could I just take this and delete it and go inside here? Whoops. And this should be okay. Nope, it's not. Okay, it needs to be included. Like so. What I'm trying to do here is to make it stretch, and it is not doing that. Okay, so this is 100%. This should be 100%, but it's not. So there's something going on here, maybe a typo. Oh, right, okay. Maybe this? Yeah, there we go, okay. So it had to be displayed as a block element, otherwise it's not gonna work. Maybe that means we can actually remove this one. Yeah, there we go, okay, that works. I don't wanna do anything redundant, which is a fancy word I learned a while back when I was getting my bachelor's. Basically means doing the same thing. So it's obsolete, like you can just take it out and it's gonna do the same thing anyways. because you're doing it twice. So what we're going to do here is copy paste and copy paste. There we go. Now this is not going to be like entirely good because we do need to have a padding. So I think I'm just going to do that immediately. So I'm going to say padding. Padding. Let's do 6 pixels on the top and bottom and 10 from the left and right. That did not work. Yeah, the padding is for some reason... Oh, wait. See, now it works. Now it doesn't. So there is a certain way to do padding. Where you can just do all of them. I guess you have to... Let me ask the AI. In Tailwind, I'm trying to add a padding like this, but it doesn't work. There has to be a certain way to do this. So you don't have to do padding left, padding right, padding top, padding bottom, you know? Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. I actually didn't know that. So you can do a padding x-axis and a padding y-axis, and that's going to do the same thing. So if we do that, go back inside the website, it now works. Yeah, it does. It does have the padding. So with that, we could style this completely and then move on to the next thing. I do think we need to go inside our app.css because there is some anchor tag text styling here. So far it looks decent. Let's just copy paste, see how this looks like. There's a hover styling you can do. I should have it here somewhere. Is it just :hover behind it? Because I can't find it, but I do think I remember that being a thing. I do have some code here, you can just copy paste. I'll do that. This is not for the hover effect. This is for something else that I do also think is important. So if you go back inside side nav, I will add a transition. We do not need to have these. Because this basically means all the child elements underneath this element is going to have this styling. Yeah, so now we have a transition. And I think I can, let's just try and change the background colors. So BG. Is there a way to do this like super easily? How do you do that? Let's just do BG black. We're just testing, basically. And this is going to be on hover. Is this how you do it? Let me just see what it says. So transition properties. Okay, the duration is there. And do we have any hover effects? Jesus, there's a lot of stuff here. I guess I'll have to find it. Oh, it's in front. Okay. I just now saw a place where it said how to do it. So we'll do hover. There we go. And there we go. And there's a transition. Everything's working. Good. Yeah. Again, this is just a placeholder, so it's not going to be black. We could... Let's do... How do you do like different colors? How do I use... What's it called? Hexadecimals? Hexadecimals for background color. Oh, the response went wrong. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. It actually didn't save it. Let's try and ask again. Oh, okay. Okay, it actually says down here. It's just basically like you would in CSS. So what I can do is say BG and then add in a hexadecimal. And I loved how it knew what I was trying to do, even though my message wasn't entirely done. So let's go ahead and say EEE. Actually, no. F3, F3, F3. Let's try that and see what happens. I feel like I'm getting hair in my eyes. Go back inside the website. There we go. Yeah, this kind of works. We do need to have a background color for the entire site nav. Otherwise, this is not gonna... Yeah, okay. So let's just say the background color is gonna be white. Even though it is gonna be kind of harsh. I think for now this is fine. We can see when we hover. That's important. Let's just go ahead and copy paste the entire class styling. Again, there's like a better way to do this. Let's just do it up here. So we don't have to copy paste constantly. So say all the child elements have this styling, all the child elements have this styling, this styling, this styling, this styling, this styling, this one, and this one. Now we can just basically do this. Good. And the last one. There we go. This should work. Oh, yeah, so basically the hover thing says that when I hover on this element, which it should not do. I'm thinking. While looking at notes at the same time. I just found it. Where was it? There we go, hover. Okay. So we do need to add some of these effects inside the previous ones. So I'm going to say class, and we'll just add, I guess the hover effect is the only thing we need. Technically. I think this is the only thing we need. Okay, that did not entirely work. I kind of feel like none of it worked. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. How do I do that? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask the AI. It's right now styling the list items, not the navigation tags, of course. How do I target the anchor tags instead of the list items? Let's see what it says. Okay, it just cut off, like the beginning. I don't know why it did that. The anchor tags instead of the list items, it just says. Okay. It knows what I'm trying to do. Correct version. Oh. Oh. Yeah, so it's targeting everything, but it just needs to, like, you can actually point to a path. Aha. So basically this one is wrong. It needs to look like this. There's a shortcut probably for changing all of them. I just don't know it. We'll just do this. Okay, well that should work. Hey, it works. Okay. There is a slight thing going on here, which it should not be doing. It's creating sort of a spacing between the different items. Like a gap. There we go. This one is doing something. Oh, okay. Let me try this. Okay, that did not work. Pinboard. Yeah, so we're trying to wrap them. They have a width. Is the width part of the equation? We need to also have a width set to 100%. That's true. So I'm gonna copy paste this one and do this. Right, good. So now if I remove the column, it still doesn't work. It creates a gap, which I do not wish to have. We can actually see what exactly it does. So the gap here is basically just spacing created by the flex container. We do not want to have any sort of, maybe we should have justify start. Is that a thing? Oh, right. No, this is correct. Justify start. I think this is correct. But for some reason it's not doing it. Justify start. It does say there. Okay, let me ask AI. When setting up Flexbox, it creates a gap between my links, and I would like all the anchor tags to be close together. Okay, let's see what it says. By default, unordered list has a padding left of 40 pixels. Oh. Oh, okay. Ha! Right. I forgot about that. There's a default styling for list items. Does that actually fix it? Did not fix it. But let's copy paste what it said here. Does that fix it? Nope. I mean, I didn't have that in the previous project I was creating. Let's try and reduce a gap. Let's just say gap 0. There we go. The gap, I knew the gap was the issue, but I don't know why I created it to begin with as a default thing. So now it's behaving like we want it to. We just need to go back into our nav container and give it a height. So right now we have this particular navigation at the top that has a certain height. So we need to take 100 view height and basically subtract that from the height that we're giving this one. And what did we give that one? If I go inside app.css, header is 50 pixels tall. Good. Yeah, so we know it's 50 pixels, and this is kind of inconsistent because if I all of a sudden go in and change these to, let's say, 60 pixels, then my navigation on the side is going to be wrong. So there is a way to create CSS, what is it called? Variables that we can use inside our code. How did you create those? I know you write var. So like this. Give it some kind of name, in this case here. Main header height, for example. Just need to be inside single quotes, maybe. Let's ask AI. How do I create CSS variables? And then you need to like declare it at the top there with a name. We could just declare it at the top here because this is where the variable belongs. Or we could gather them all in one spot. I think that's probably better. So for example here, if I go to the top, say that the root is going to be having a variable called, what did I call it? Yes, we do need to have dash dash, I believe. Maybe. There we go. And the property is going to be something else. 50 pixels. Right. And then we just simply go down and declare this one is 50 pixels. And we do not need the single quotes from what I gather. Yep. There we go. So now we can actually go in and say that we have a site navigation. Let's do it below here. Site nav. Can I include these directly inside my class? I do not think I can. Could add a styling. Yeah, let's not do that. Oh, it actually knows what I'm trying to do here. Look at that. Height, calc, 100 view height minus the variable. That's exactly what I was trying to do. So we go back inside site nav. We'll add that in as the first thing. Good. So going back inside our projects, we now have this. It does scroll, but that's because the content is jumping down. So far so good. So if we go back inside our template, we do have, can I just do this? Basically, I'm trying to get my different elements wrapping in the right way. Okay. So I'm thinking. I mean, this one is going to have a different styling. It's going to be static. So if we go in here, I'm going to declare this one as static. Which basically means it's going to stay there. It's not, though. What did I say inside my other project? Oh, it's not static, sticky. I don't know what I'm thinking. Sticky. And we basically just declared that it should be sticky from the top. 0. Maybe? Something is definitely happening here. So it's not going to be 0. In fact, sticky 0 is going to be this main navigation here, which is my header file. So if we go in here and say that the header is going to have a class set to sticky 0. And inside my site nav, it is going to be, well, actually it's going to be whatever the height is. So I'm going to say top. It's going to be this. There we go. Things are looking up. The navigations are jumping down though. We'll change that. So if we go inside the list items here, let's just see what exactly is jumping down. I believe the unordered list is jumping down. So we'll say justify start, and that's going to be inside the main one here. There we go. That's great. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So now the next step is obviously to have the content jump up next to it. But we do have some stuff going on here. The search bar is not finding the image though. That has to be fixed. So if I go inside my search, I'm trying to find acids, which is inside images, /search. So if I go inside, where's the public? Right. Is it because I have changed how things are looking? So basically, if I go inside public, images, so we link to the asset. It's inside, oh right, it's inside icons. There we go. Hey, things are looking up. What about if I write? That's fine. So the styling that I copy pasted over is it's okay. It's okay. So that's fine. The links look fine. I mean, it is kind of tiny for you guys. I should probably have zoomed in to begin with. Just so you can see what's going on. I'll do this. It's a little bit easier. Maybe even... There you go. Let's do 150 for now, so you can see. But basically, we have some links here that are working. At least the styling is working. So what's next? I guess the next thing is to get the content to jump up. So if I go inside, welcome the blade. should I possibly... I gotta think here what is the best thing to do. So what I want to do is I want to have the main content next to everything. But if I take this main content HTML element and I move it inside my template, it means that all my pages inside the website has to have that particular for now. I don't know if this is the right decision. Let's go ahead and go in here and just basically say that... No, this should actually wrap. Why is it not... Let me just see what is going on. Right, so because I made this one sticky, it is ignoring... But why is it jumping down there? Let's do a justify start. That did not do anything. How did I define that in here? Flex column. Let's just see how that looks. It's still jumping down. Okay, so we have this element here. The header is up there, the navigation on the side, and this thing is jumping to the bottom for some reason. And that it should not do. It's probably a piece of styling somewhere. That is doing something. Basic to the header at the top, site nav on the side. Right. Yep. And then it should take the content. Let's take out the footer for now and see what that does. It's still down there. But why is it not jumping up to the top? That is the weird thing. It's just kind of jumping below everything else. Oh. Yes. I may have solved it. Let's give it a width. And set it to 50%, just for now. Okay, so it's still down there, which it should not be. Sort of weird. Well, I guess to begin with, we should not have flex column because we're not trying to wrap downwards. Ah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, now everything seems to be working like intended. Flex column means that you're flexing downwards. So of course it's going to jump to the bottom, like we did over here. So with that, I can actually go ahead and say that we're going to have a padding. Actually, no, let's have a margin. I do think a margin would be good. Oops, that was wrong. That was not the right place. I was trying to go inside this one and create a margin. There we go. Now we got a little bit of spacing. Of course, the main issue right now is that this thing over here has a static width, which it should not have. So if you start making things smaller, it is not adjusting. So it's not responsive. How does my hair look like right now? I feel like my shower hair is getting in the way. Yeah, so obviously we're going to have to stretch the main content to a certain max width. Right? So instead of having, you know, like 50%, it's going to be, oh, what is it? Is it max dash width? Let's try this. I don't know if this is right. Does it actually do it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Well, that was correct. I do remember stuff. Okay, I don't need to use ChatGPT constantly. So we have that. Let's create a background color just so we can see. So background red. Actually, that's always so ugly. Green. Good. Go back inside the website, and it did not give me a background color. Is green not a command? I guess it's not. Is it really not a is it? Okay, let's pick blue. Oh, that's not a command either. Okay, we'll do hexadecimal then. There we go. At, I don't even know what blue is. Let's do this. Let's see what color that is. Am I doing this in the wrong place? Like, what's going on right now? Oh. Height. Fits. Fits. Content. No, that did not do it either. Oh, it's actually improper value. Okay. So it has to be fully written out. No, still wrong. Now it's right. Okay. Apparently I don't know how to do hexadecimals. We'll do this. That is definitely correct. There we go. Okay. Just for testing. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Actually, it does. It does adjust. But why is it jumping down, though? It should stay. That's the whole point about making a max width. It's because the content in here, no? Let's go ahead and just delete that because we don't need that. That's so weird. Where's my text at? Oh, it's there. Okay, it's because it's the same color. It's so weird that it just jumps down. What happens if we do 100%? Yeah, it's gonna do that. See, now it's actually behaving properly, but it stays down the entire time. Well, I can see that's it for this episode here. So for now, we do have something going on. Let me just go back to 500 pixels. There we go. And let's go ahead and delete the background color. There we go. So we do have some sort of layout working here. We just need to make sure it doesn't jump down whenever we resize the browser. But I think the next thing to work on is not really the styling, it's more or less features. Because now we have something, right? So what I want to do, I think, is I want to log into an account. And inside that account, I'm going to create a profile page where basically I get a couple of different options. So maybe upload images, videos, something, because we can do videos too if we wanted to. And when you upload those images, we're also going to have a like and dislike system. We're not going to be like YouTube. We're not going to remove the dislike button. We're going to have a dislike button. And then we're going to just sort of build features. Like dislike button, that's the first step, right? And then follow certain people on here, like certain accounts. And then you can, you know, browse people's accounts and see all the posts they make and only show a certain amount to post, you know, maybe load some new ones. Who knows? There's a lot of different things we can do. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this little video here. I thought this was kind of just cozy to focus on a little bit of CSS for now. It's been a while since I did that, because usually it's more back-end stuff I do. I'm not much of a designer, as you can tell. I'm not much of a designer. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.